and welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal presented by the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for March 2015, and we are at TempleCon 2015. Yes, at the Crown Plaza in Warwick, Rhode Island, our hometown. Yes, indeedy, Petey. All right, I'm Mark Marceau, also hosting the show today are
James Hinsey,
Calvin Watts III,
Jay Kingston.
All right, and as always, we usually have a live audience. Hello, live audience for TempleCon. Yay! And since the beginning of the year, I've been doing different hats because I don't want to spend money on makeup for my bald spots. So my hat this month is my USS Enterprise hat.
Cool.
There we
Nice.
go. I like
Very
it.
nice.
All right.
Nice.
As geeky as you can get. It's wonderful. Okay.
No, that's not as geeky as you can get.
That's true. I can get a lot more. Oh, Fez. He's got
Nice.
Fez out there.
See?
Fezes are cool.
Awesome.
All right. Okay.
Fez is it.
Check.
Awesome.
You win. All right. All right. And as always, we begin talking about movies, the wonderful world of movie news. Take it away, Jay.
Okay, it's popcorn previews for the month of March, and let's just jump right into it. The first movie we have is a reboot of the Fantastic Four series of movies. This one stars Miles Teller and Kate Mara in the lead roles of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. And this one has a more scientific approach than the last film does, or the last films did. This one, they're basically working with some kind of a shadow government organization, I believe. At least that's what I can tell from the previews. It looks really interesting. So let's take a look at that footage and you see what you think of it.
How did we get this far? Human beings have an immeasurable desire to discover, to invent, to build. Our future depends on us furthering these ideas. A responsibility that rests on the shoulders of generations to come. But with every new discovery, there is risk. There is sacrifice. And there are consequences.
Be ready for what's coming.
What is coming?
The answers.
And as if you couldn't tell from the end of the clip there, it's coming out August 7th. So that's a nice birthday present for me. Let's see. Next
Why?
we have, because my birthday is 2 days before.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, but suppose the movie stinks.
it's still a nice birthday present.
Oh,
for
okay.
me.
All right. I'll take you. I'll pay for your ticket.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'll wear a nice clean t-shirt.
It's about time.
You'll have to wear a Fantastic Four hat.
That's right. Oh, I should get one of those.
Next we have District C11, which is a low-budget film shot for around, I believe, $100,000 and shot in kind of rather local in Boston. And it's about a future where the government has augmented all of the big city police departments, starting off with Boston, with military capabilities. And so this is what transpires. This one stars David Affleck and J.P. Valenti. And, well, let's take a look at the footage.
In the not-too-distant future, global civil unrest has changed the world.
Last night, in a show of force, police in riot gear used tear gas and beanbag rounds to disperse crowds.
My name is Officer Gray Gideon. The year 2021.
Look around, officers. This is a special group of men and women we have here. A brand new division of special agents specifically hand-selected by me to patrol Boston once it's dark.
Get on your knees.
Boston. But it's my city.
Okay. Well, very often these independent films are well worth your time and money. This one, I can't tell whether it's going to be or not, but it looks certainly very interesting. And it has that independent feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, coming up next, we have Chappie. Chappie is the story of a sentient robot, an android, that is created to do police work, and it somehow becomes human. Human emotions. It thinks and makes decisions for itself, and it clings to life, and has to fight for life because there are people now who are out to destroy it because they believe that he is the next step in human evolution and that we will be wiped out by his kind. This film is by the same people who gave us District 9 a couple of years ago, and it stars, I can't read my own writing.
It stars Shalto Copley and Dev Patel.
Yep.
Makes sense?
Makes sense.
All right.
And this has no particular rating, but it is out March 6th of this year, so let's see that footage.
I brought you into this world. A machine that can think and feel.
That's it. Come. Come here, little buddy.
That's a watch. That's a watch.
It's like a child. It has to learn.
Your name. Chappie.
Anything you want to do in your life, you can do. Write poetry, have original ideas.
Wow.
People are always fearful of something they don't understand.
The problem with artificial intelligence is it's way too unpredictable.
You know what's a black sheep?
No.
It's like when you're different to everyone else.
You taught us so much more than I could ever have imagined.
We're gonna make you cool and tough.
Don't laugh, I'm being cool. This robot, he's got to be removed.
He's just a kid.
It could be the next step in evolution.
I am consciousness. I am alive. I am Chappie.
And he has a South African accent, too.
Yes, he does. Well, something to do with the film being filmed in South Africa.
Something pretty relevant about this film, the blonde girl and the skinny, that's Dee Antwoord. That they're a very popular South African hip-hop band.
Yep.
Internationally famous now.
Cool.
Those guys should be getting some kind of top billing in this. This is going to become a big movie. Those guys in it, they have really, wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to see them in this.
Yeah.
Well, that film is coming out March 6th.
Yep.
And out of all the films that we're previewing this month, that one I am really looking forward to. So, I mean, I love District 9, and I'm expecting good things from this one, too. So, last but not least, we have Home, which is a DreamWorks SKG animated film starring the voice talents of Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory, Rihanna, and Steve Martin.
Oh.
And it tells the story of an alien invasion by a wandering fleet of aliens who comes across the planet Earth and takes over and compartmentalizes humanity and starts to compartmentalize the entire planet and reorganize things. And there's one particular cast-off alien who he's just an outcast of his own people, and he meets up with a young girl, and but she's voiced by Rihanna, and they hit it off together, and they have some comic misadventures in the film. So let's take a look at that footage.
Among an alien race called the Move lives a lonely fellow named O.
Hello?
Who was just trying to fit in.
I am superstar in technology.
Uh-oh. But now...
Arrest that move!
He needs somewhere to hide out.
Can I come into that out now?
No.
But I can. You are just having to take away the piece of wood.
This March.
My friends call me Tip.
I am O.
Oh?
I has been given this name by my many, many friends. Good morning. Hi, guys. Hello.
From DreamWorks Animation.
What did you do to my car?
It should hover much better now. Your vehicle is infested.
He's my pet.
Now he is vibrating. Is he going to explode?
He's on the run.
Why are they after you?
I has made a few mistakes. Oops.
He's in over his head.
What is happening to my body?
It's called dancing.
Boobs do not dancing.
I can tell.
How long before this kills me?
And he's looking for a place to crash.
You are a terrible driver.
From the creators of The Cruise and How to Train Your Dragon.
Did you really think you could escape?
They're here to destroy the planet.
We're not giving up. Let's go.
He's changing her planet.
Initiating self-destruct.
No.
She's changing his world.
Among Boov, I do not fit in.
Nobody's perfect. Your mistakes are what make you human. Okay, pee break.
Ooh, I too has to break pee. Do not eat the blue mints! Thankfully, there is a large bowl of lemonade. Do not drink the lemonade!
DreamWorks Home.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? Annabella, shake that thing, yeah. Donna, get jiggy, get drunk up, percolate anything you want, for call it oscillate if I don't take pity.
Oh no! My hands are in the air like I just do not care.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing?
Obviously a family film.
Yes, that looks cute.
It does. Looks very cute. That's what I've got this month for Popcorn Previews. Now let's take a look at some of what's been going on at TempleCon. Okay, Jay here with artist and illustrator Andrew Cefalu. And Andrew, how long have you been doing your artwork for?
I've been working about 2 years and then 4 years art school. So that gives you an idea. So 2.5 professionally and then training about 6.
Where did you go to art school?
UMass Dartmouth. They have an awesome illustration program.
Oh, okay. You might know a professor up there by the name of Shantan Jetty.
I think so. I think I do.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
And what medium do you work in?
I paint primarily in Photoshop using a Wacom tablet. I was trained traditionally in college, and past 2 years I started working in Photoshop. I like Photoshop. It's quick. There's an undo button. It still takes a lot of time to work on the images. It is faster than traditional. It's really great for commercial work.
Okay, so there's a little bit of artistry involved. There's a little bit of technology involved.
Yeah. It works just like Photoshop. I pull up, I do my drawing, and then I'll paint it in Photoshop. The only difference is instead of actually mixing the paints, I can pull paint colors from the program and put them right in. And I mean, I still do the drawing with the tablet pen, and I still paint with the tablet pen. There's a lot of crossover actually between traditional and digital. It's pretty cool. Same ideas. Yeah.
What are your inspirations? Where do you draw your muse from?
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. Some of my favorite artists are Todd Lockwood, Donato Giancola, and pretty much any fantasy, sci-fi, action, thriller kind of at the show. And ever since I was a kid, I wanted to do this as my career. So that's what I'm doing.
Very good. And if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
25.
You're 25 years old, and you've been doing this for 2 years professionally.
Yep.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
really good. Now, where would we see your work professionally?
I just recently did some short story illustrations for a website blog called enigmalife.com. One of them was a King Tut short story illustration, and then the other one was for a Hope Diamond story. And then I've also done some trading cards for Fantasy Flight Games. They're in theory going to be released this year.
That's really great. I've been looking at your work. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'll tell you, very reasonably priced as well. So, where do you see yourself going in the next 4 or 5 years with your art?
Well, I would like to work for Wizards of the Coast next couple of years. That is the game plan of making samples, sending them to them. I'm also going to start getting back into doing some traditional painting. There's a convention I go to in Pennsylvania, IllexCon, and it's geared much more towards traditional works. So I'd like to take what I've learned in past couple years digitally and do it in traditional and try to see what I can get from that. Outside of that, I'd like to just keep working. I mean, I do private commissions. I'd like to increase that. And I would like to do some more publishing work.
Very good. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Same.
Back to the show.
We'll move on to, let's move on to Game Over with Calvin Watts the Third, who has a very bad cold, so be kind to him this month.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
All right, so there's not a whole lot going on for home video releases in March. So there really wasn't
Nothing in January, nothing in February.
No, it's been very few and far between. So the beginning part of March, it's dead. But towards the end of March, things will finally start to pick up a little bit. Sometime during the end of the month, they haven't nailed down a release date yet as we are taping here in February. But one of the last 2 or 3 weeks in March, you will see The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies will be released. So on the 31st, we have Interstellar coming out. Looking forward to doing that. So not a whole lot going on in the world of gaming, but there are some really cool things. For the Pimple Arcade, the Addams Family is out now as we speak. It's as as we are taping in February. It is coming out this month, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. Pintastic New England is going to be happening July 10th and 11th, and this month's table is a favorite of mine. Pinball has well been versed and been melded with music for a long time. Captain Fantastic, Pinball Wizard, and this table is no exception. It's a newer table from Stern based on the music of rock giants AC/DC. Excellent stuff. Check this out. The table that we are looking at today is AC/DC by Stern. Stern has been putting out on a fairly regular basis tables based on musical properties, and AC/DC happens to be one of the best. I like this particular version because it has a little play field underneath. Why don't you tell us some about that?
Yeah, the game is, this is a premium, so it's the top of the line AC/DC, and it has the lower play field, which is a lot of fun. It's got all the color changing LEDs. This has a mod, which is the lightning bolts. Those blast off pretty good. It's got it's a lot of fun. The multi-ball in this game is great. Its flow is great. It just keeps going and going and going. And the call-outs were done by Steve Ritchie himself, which are very fun, and it really adds to the game. The back glass is Arch. If some of you guys know him on Pinside, he did the alternate back glass. This is his version of a Lucy, I guess, but it's a little bit more risque. I like it. Adds to the game.
Okay, moving on, we have PAX East, which is going to be taking place in Boston on March 6th through the 8th. I am hoping to be there. I was not able to get tickets in time. It sold out that quickly. I have applied for media passes. As of this moment, I do not know if I'll be attending, but if I am attending, I will let you know, and you will see footage. Either way, if you have tickets, I hope you go and have a good time. It is an experience to definitely go see. Something I want to start, which I probably should have been doing for a long time, I'm going to have like a mini segment within my segment called What I Am Playing. So what I am currently playing right now, I just picked up Dying Light for the Xbox One. I just started doing that. It's a zombie apocalypse game from the makers of the Techland, who do the Dead Island series. Very, very good stuff. And my daughter decided she wanted to see a zombie flick. She hasn't seen any of the Resident Evil movies, so we ended up watching the original Resident Evil with Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, see, I knew that was coming. And so that meant they had just come out with the Resident Evil remake on like the newer platforms, the PS4 and Xbox One. So I ended up picking that up and playing that too for her. So now I got a whole slew of Resident Evil games to play, so I'll be doing that. And last but not least, I would be very remiss to saying this because this is very sad. AOL is still, American Online is still around.
That's what's sad?
Well, no.
All right.
It is sad in a different way. They don't do internet hosting anymore. They're more of a conglomerate that owns different websites that they do all sorts of stuff with. Huffington Post is owned by them, for example. But they've recently did a lot of layoffs and stuff, and unfortunately, one of the things that they do own is Joystick. JOYSTIQ.com has been around for 10 years. It is one of, if not the best, video gaming reviews, news, preview sites out there, and unfortunately, it is no more. Most of the staff has been laid off. There are a couple of people that have been retained, and they are doing a new thing with Engadget, which is also owned by AOL, called, as of right now, Joystick v Engadget. And so it'll be interesting to see how they kind of work that out. But I'm really going to miss it. It was a really, really good website to go in and check out on things. So hopefully the guys will get jobs soon. And that's basically all I have, except for we're having some more fun at TempleCon. Here is some more footage on some of the stuff that we have seen. Here it is. So here at TempleCon 2015, we are in the main rotunda, which is also doubling as the arcade this year. And with me again, from last year, we are with Grant, who is running this wonderful fine establishment. How you doing today?
Great. It's been an awesome day.
So how do you like being in a rotunda?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We decided this year to kind of combine the atmosphere of the arcade with the shows we run every night at the con, and it's been really well received. It's been amazing.
That's really cool. You have a bunch of classic machines here, ranging from the late 70s through up to more recent stuff. In fact, we're standing behind an extremely rare machine. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, this is a game called Shamisen Brothers, which is one of two. It's a prototype that went to the Tokyo Game Show in 2003. So by some twist of fate, I ended up with it. It's a pretty cool machine. It's getting a lot of play this weekend.
That is awesome. And you have a Taito game over here on this side?
Yes. This is called an Egret 29. It's a Japanese candy cab. These are the Japanese-style cabs you'd see in arcades and metropolitan areas in Japan. This one's really cool because the monitor rotates to play any game, either a vertical or a horizontal game. It's a sit-down like a lot of Japanese cabs are. And there was a big restoration job. That one was in really tough shape when I got it. It took about 2 months to get that one to the state it's in. So that one's getting a lot of play too. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's really cool, and that's one of those, you guys don't know it around here, but it's like a generic cabinet that Taito used and Konami used, much more prevalent in Japan, so it's extremely rare around here. Speaking of arcades, what do you think is really cool about bringing back a classic arcade style for people today who really don't have an idea of what a classic or a regular arcade, and not the redemption stuff at Dave & Buster's, but a real arcade is?
The thing about classic arcades, what makes them so important, is the head-to-head competition that people used to engage in when you go to them. In a day and time when everyone is playing online, and your opponents are a country away, you lose something there. Where in the days of the arcade, you had a community that was based around where you were, and that type of competition you can't get anywhere else. The arcade experience is the only way to get that, and that's why in some countries like Japan and China, it's still pretty much going strong because consoles really haven't ever taken over multiplayer gaming like they have here. But the arcade has died out in America, but it's slowly coming back because I think people are looking for that kind of head-to-head experience, and the only way you can get that is from this kind of thing we see here. So it's really cool. It's really different.
Excuse me. So I know you do restoration work. That Tron still looks awesome. Is there anything that you're working on currently?
Right now I'm working on a Cinematronic Starhawk, which was a game from 1980. The same company as Armor Attack and Star Castle. That's one of theirs. And they can be kind of tricky to work on. It takes a while. I was hoping to have it in time ready for the con, but it's going to take a little bit more work to get that one going.
Is that another vector graphics game?
That is a vector graphics game, in fact. Yep. And I always have 5 projects kind of waiting in the wings, ready to go. But that one's the big one right now that I'm working on, trying to finish up. So probably about a month or so, I'll get it running.
Well, I'm glad to see that it's busy and it's hectic and fun, and hopefully you'll be around with some more stuff and some cool stuff next time. Grant, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Calvin. Now it's time for Tube News. We'll talk about the wonderful world of television, and I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Here we go. Black Mirror is a British television anthology series created by Charlie Brooker that premiered on BBC TV in 2011. It's described as a Twilight Zone type show that explores the unexpected consequences of new technologies. Well, there's a couple of guys, Chris Abrigo and Charlie Corwin, are producing the US version of the series. If you want to catch the British TV version, you can catch it on Netflix streaming. and they say it's a really good show. You should check it out, which makes me wonder, if it's such a good British TV series, why do they have to make an American version?
I'm all about America. You
Right.
know, go America, yay
Rah,
America,
rah, rah,
USA,
red, white,
the
and blue.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Why Americanize it?
Right.
If it's a good film or a good series, let it stand on its own.
Yeah, it's almost like trying to make an American version of Doctor Who. Oh, wait a minute. They did try that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Look how far that went, you know? So Black Mirror, awesome series, BBC television. It's strange because there's only 7 episodes that have been produced. 2 sets of 3 episodes each and a Christmas special. So if you want to binge watch it, you could probably do it in like one evening to catch up on this program. It's worth check it out. And they're going to be releasing an American version sometime in 2016. All right, next up, information about the Teen Titans live-action TV show. You ready, Calvin? I did this for you. Dick Grayson will lead this group of superheroes. He'll be introduced as Batman's sidekick Robin at the first episode, but eventually will transform into Nightwing before the episode's conclusion. Also serving as a member of the Titans is wheelchair-bound Barbara Gordon. This will reflect her time spent as Oracle in the comics, though she will not be known by that name in the TV series. Appearing alongside here will be Hawk and Dove, those are the 2 members of the show, both of whom have a long-standing tradition of being Titans in the comic book. The 2 will be romantically paired and will be the most changed from their appearances on the comic page. While Hawk and Dove were originally introduced as brothers Don and Hank Hall, with powers bestowed upon them from the Lord of Order and Chaos, this will be the later iteration after Don died and Dawn Granger took over. All right, so Hawk and Dove are cast members. Raven will also be a member of the Titans in this show, known here as Rachel Roth. So expect Raven. The last character in the Titans lineup is Starfire, an alien princess from the planet Tamarin, who in the comics becomes romantically involved with Nightwing. She only appears at the very end of the pilot episode, but it's expected that she will be entangled in a love triangle between Dick and Barbara as the series continues through its first season run. Sound good?
Sounds good.
And last but not least, Cyborg and Beast Boy are not included in the initial lineup, but if the show gets a second season, they may show up in the second season. So there's all your Teen Titan live action news. And continuing with comics, there's a new live action series based on Supergirl that's going to be released. Former Glee star Melissa Benoit has landed the highly sought after job of playing Kara Zor-El in the upcoming Supergirl, which hails from Arrow's Greg Berlanti and will air on CBS sometime in 2015. And it looks like her very first adversary will be a little-known villain known as Lumberjack, who supposedly has squared off with Superman. They're going to make that reference in the past. So we got a Supergirl series coming to CBS. Everybody's getting in on the comic book stuff. Why not? Because it makes money. And then finally, The Joker in Gotham. Executive producer Bruno Heller recently told TV Guide that The Joker will make an appearance during the first season of the show. The origin and backstory have not been revealed, so we don't know which version we'll meet. We don't know if we'll get Joker who's like the same age as Bruce. Is he like a young guy turning into the Joker? Is it going to be an older type Joker? That type of thing. We don't know. So watch out for The Joker, last season of Gotham, which is an awesome show, by the way. I like a lot, okay? And then as we're taping also, sometime in April, Orphan Black returns to BBC America. Make sure you catch that show, it's really awesome. And that's all I have this month for Tube News. Let's take another look at some TempleCon footage. Hey, we're with Adam from Broken Egg Games. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your business and what you sell here.
Basically, we make gaming aids and accessories for a lot of war games, RPGs, that focus on precision, quality, and saving friendships. And what I mean by that is when you can play a clean game and there's no arguments, that is the best kind of game you can play.
All right, nice. Now, can you give me specifics about like some of are these rulers and measuring items that you've got over here?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of these, we call them widgets in general, are used for measurements, such as a 6-inch move or a 5-inch move. But we also have like our premium token line, which is full art, designed by the lead icon designer of League of Legends, Mitchell Malloy. We also have our laser line pointers for different games and marking line of sight. It's probably one of the best on the market. It uses AAA batteries. They're selling like crazy. We have our full terrain line for war games and RPGs, which is continuing to grow, as well as things that just make easier, things that you can mark your front arcs on bases, or make better precision moves is kind of what we focus on.
All right, nice. Now, where are you based out of?
We're based out of Phoenix, Arizona.
So you came all the way to Rhode Island, out of Phoenix?
We took the trip out here. TempleCon's a great visit. I really like coming out. And I got some family out here, my wife's family, so every once in a while if I can make it out and say hello, it's awesome. So.
Very nice. Good. Now, promote the website.
Yeah, so it's brokenegggames.com. I know we're really known for our hardwood trays, which we've actually already sold out of at the con. Awesome. But, hit us up on the website. If you have any questions, you can email us at support@brokenegggames.com.
Perfect. All right, Adam, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for talking with me.
Good luck at the convention.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see what else we got. All right, and now last but not least, we have anime news. Anime Daisuki with James Hinsey. Go, James, go.
Okay, so
That's
anime
my Power Rangers move.
Anime Daisuki this month. There's a company in Canada that's looking to make a live-action new version of Battle of the Planets. It'll be sort of based like not on just Gatchaman, but on what they did with the American version of Gatchaman here in the U.S. Battle of the Planets, but it's aimed at like 6 to 11-year-olds. So it's not going to be something that's going to be really great for adults, which is kind of like what they did to Battle Gatchaman in the first place when they made it into Battle of the Planets, was they kidified it so badly that it really didn't make it very enjoyable to watch. But having seen the original in Japan too, let's see. The company that was making Happy Feet in the Lego Movie, Animal Logic Entertainment, is going to work with Tezuka Productions to do a live-action Astro Boy. So it could be a live-action Astro Boy coming. It's already been done as a CGI animation several years ago and other recent series, but that could be interesting too. New Astro Boy live-action. Let's see. Toonami has had some cutbacks recently, mostly because of ratings. On January 23rd, they lost an hour of programming, so they cut IGPX and Samurai Jack. Then a few days later, January 27th, they cut it even more, and so then they took out Attack on Titan, which was in reruns, Cowboy Bebop, which was supposed to be the high-definition version of it, and Ghost in the Shell and Space Dandy. Space Dandy was also in reruns. So Toonami has lost like a total of almost 3 hours of programming.
Really?
In just a couple weeks. So now they're from 12 a.m. to 3:30 a.m.
Well, what are they replacing it with?
Well, they just cut out some shows.
Infomercials. All right.
No. Oh, what's happening after that? It would just be non-Toonami shows. Right. Those early morning Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade, or whatever it is.
Right.
They show. So we have Dragon Ball Z Kai, Kill La Kill, which is new to Toonami and was very interesting to watch. Naruto Shippuden, which I've been following. Inuyasha, the final act, also, which is the final season of Inuyasha. It's the 26-episode series. Gurren Lagann, One Piece, and Dead Man Wonderland has come back, which is a short series. It's only like 12 episodes. And Dead Man Wonderland is really good.
What do they do? They still have Durarara?
That's coming. Well, that's coming to probably Crunchyroll. Durarara series 2, but and if anyone's interested, you can catch the last couple episodes of Samurai Jack on the Adult Swim website.
Samurai Jack is awesome.
Yeah,
that's a good show.
Let's see, Anime Boston's coming up near the end of March, or Easter weekend actually. So check out Anime Boston. They've just announced some great new guests. One of them is director Kazuhiro Furuhashi and voice actor Koki Uchiyama, both from the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn series.
Are you going?
Going to try to go, probably Friday, Saturday.
All right.
And then Charami Lei is one of the voiceover actors who's worked on 100 anime projects. She's Asuna on Sword Art Online. Lauren Landa, another voice actor, also been stage and production, stuff like that. Greg Ayres, who's also not only done voiceover, but also as a voice director. And I've met him several years ago at the New England Fan Expo. So they got some good guests coming up, and musical artists also for Anime Boston. I'm looking forward to going again this year. If I get some footage, I'll put it on. One of the sad things, though, was that one of the guests they had a couple years ago from Anime Boston passed away. Olga, I can't remember her last name. She was a Russian singer who did sort of an operatic techno dance stuff, and she had become popular in Japan, and they used her vocal talents for some anime stuff. So she passed away recently at the age of 44.
Oh, wow.
Of lung cancer.
Young.
So she had been a guest a couple years ago at Anime Boston. And, other than that, we have coming up is Northeast Comic-Con. Northeast Comic-Con is part of that Pop Culture Expo I went to last. It'll be in June. They're starting to announce guests. Super Mega Fest is coming up in April. They have a spring Super Mega Fest now, and they've got Helen Slater, who played Supergirl, and they've announced some other guests coming. Two of the Rocky Horror actors, Barry Bostwick and the one who played Magenta, coming up. And then I have MistyCon in May. So it's going to be a busy spring going into summer. And then we've got summer also packed with
If we ever get off from under all this snow.
Right. But speaking of conventions...
It might melt by May.
Right. Speaking of conventions, we're here at TempleCon. So I was here Thursday evening for their opening ceremony. And here's a bit about that and some of Voltaire's music and maybe some more interviews here. So check it out.
Thank you for coming here tonight and joining us for our 10th anniversary TempleCon Crossroads. This is an anniversary we did not expect to see happen.
Wait a minute, 10? Did you just say 10 years? This is 10 years like we did this.
10. It could not have happened without you. Thank you for making this convention what it is, for building it up, making it last, and putting us in this very frightening space on the stage. I am Madam Simon. I am the convention creative director and one of the founders, and my co-founder, Grant Garvin, is the convention director, and he would like to say a few words here.
All that I can say, thank you. There's a lot of people I have to thank. First and foremost, every single person that's ever volunteered, been on staff, worked to do anything for TempleCon. The only reason we're here is because of you guys. It's amazing to see the amount of love that comes from the people who make TempleCon a major part of their lives. I want to thank everyone that's ever come out to TempleCon as an attendee. Every year I'm amazed at what goes on, amazed to see what people are into, amazed at, again, the love that comes from the attendees of TempleCon, and the enthusiasm that people talk about after it's all over that makes us want to do it again. Because there have been years where we haven't wanted to do it again. There have been years where we're like, why do we keep doing this? What are we doing? Because this is now taking up our entire lives. Stick around with us because we have some big plans for the future too. So.
6'9". Well, Cisco's on a mission to go no bloody place. He loiters on a space station above Bajoran space. The wormhole opened up and now they come from near and far. We'll keep the booze for police and back the Jem'Hadar. What is with the Klingons? Remember in the day, they looked like Puerto Ricans and they dressed in gold lame. Now they look like heavy metal rockers from the dead, with leather pants and frizzy hair and lobsters on their heads. And I said, bounce and grab the particle beam. That's the way we do things live. Klingons and Romulans, they pose no threat to us, because if we find her in a bar,
Thank you.
All right, last month we weren't able to show you toys, props, and other stuff because we had more awesome between chuckles and all this other footage. We had to cut that out, so we're going to put it into this month's show. So let's check out toys, props, and other
stuff.
Okay, on one side you have on DVD a classic sci-fi movie, This Island Earth. Anybody who is into classic sci-fi stuff, it's definitely a must-see. Next to that, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is something I got for Christmas. Has all 4 of the previous main Halo games in it, Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent if you want to play co-op, and it's always good to get back in and play some of the games. Multiplayer has been kind of a mess, but single player makes it worth it. Next to that is a very underrated, excellent horror title, Alien Isolation. Been playing through that. Ripley's Daughter, set about 15 years after the original Alien.
Over here we have a Star Wars novel. This is part of the new Star Wars universe. It's canon. It's an introduction of 2 of the characters that's in Star Wars Rebels.
Yep.
Kanan and I forget the Twi'lek's name, sorry. But it's called A New Dawn. It takes place on this planet that's got a mining thing, and the Empire comes along and says, oh, we got to make things better, and they cause all kinds of havoc. Next to that is J.K. Rowling's adult contemporary novel, The Casual Vacancy.
Oh, I've heard about her.
If
She's a pretty good author.
Yes, if you love British television shows about, you know, rural England and the little towns and stuff, you know. Next is What If, a book of all these hypothetical questions and things done by the Randall Munro, who has created the XKCD website, which has a lot of little cartoon sketches and things like that. Lots of questions of physics and things like that.
Yeah.
What if we did this or that?
What if Calvin showed up on time
With
for
neat
taping?
little illustrations. Oh my God, the universe could end.
Touche.
And then the next to that, Evil Within is a video game.
Shinji Mikami, the director or the creator of the Resident Evil series, did this one. It's available on the next-gen systems. Excellent horror game. You should check it out.
All right, we got a bunch of statues. Hey, Jay, can you see those? Talk about those statues.
Can I see those?
Way at the very end is Nightwing.
Yep, Nightwing. This
Okay.
was this is one of 1,000 special editions that were released in New York Comic Con, and this is the blue version, which was the one of 1,000, which is only available in the United States.
Yep.
And only those 1,000 were released or created, and that was it.
It's the sequel to Silent Hill Revelation, which is set a few years back after the original movie. Has the returning cast. Good horror movie, which my daughter has seen and actually liked, so you check that out.
Very nice.
Okay, from the same maker of the Nightwing figures. Now I'm going to butcher this guy's name, the company's name. Kayobutki, I think, is the name, something like that. But anyway, these are Japanese special collectors figures. They're not action figures, they are just collector's figures.
They're not dolls, they're action figures. Okay. Right.
And they're basically vinyl statues.
Cool Batman.
And this is Batman.
Yep.
And he is very well done. Next to him, we have Wonder Girl.
Yep.
From the Teen Titans. And she's carved on a Teen Titans tower.
Yep.
Base. Next to her, we have Hal Jordan, the classic Green Lantern Hal Jordan. And next to him, we've got a vinyl pop figure of the 1960s Batman.
This guy right here is a limited edition Captain Action that I received for Christmas. Captain Action was a toy from the 1960s. He started the same year as G.I. Joe, and they only made 66 of these guys. He's got the special beret and the sword and all that stuff, and his limited edition. I had Captain Action when I was a kid, so my wife was nice enough to get me one for Christmas. You can tell how much of a geek we are. Here we go. Next to that, James, you have
a giant squid.
If that thing squirts all over us, we're in
No.
big trouble.
But it's a plushy giant squid I picked up at an aquarium in California on vacation. But you know, there's a big giant squid in the Black Lake next to Hogwarts, so I think I need a giant squid to make friends with.
There you go.
Next to that is a postcard and a DVD case for a documentary called Mudbloods. Mudbloods is a story of the UCLA Quidditch team and their efforts to get to the 2011 Quidditch World Cup, which I saw them there when they were playing.
All right.
So a lot of that footage from the World Cup is what I was standing around and watching. In between the two Quidditch player cards there is Pavel Chekhov from the Star Trek movie. It's a little figure with a voice button thing, and it says Pavel Chekhov. You know?
Okay.
Anyways, we picked this up at a yard sale extremely cheap, extremely cheap. This is part of the Hamilton collection, which back in the day created all sorts of plates and collector's items from Star Wars and Star Trek. And this is the classic Red 5 X-Wing fighter during the Trench Death Star battle. So this is pretty cool.
Oh, there we go. Now we have a 31-inch Darth Vader, giant-sized Darth Vader, or as I like to call him, Anakin the Mannequin. There we go.
Anakin the Mannequin.
That was our Christmas. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that thing. I'll probably keep him in the corner and throw a hat on him or something.
You know, along with the Super Dad button I got for my daughters, I also got a car deodorant thing sticker with the Superman emblem, and
Also good for your undies.
That's right.
a new lanyard
hanging around your neck
for all my work keys, right? And it's got I can even put my ID here in the badge if I want. And then I happen to be in a store called It's Sugar. You ever heard of that? It's Sugar?
Nope.
Full of candy, and I picked up some chocolate frogs, Harry Potter chocolate frogs, and they have cards in them too for the different characters that, you know, from the Harry Potter movies, and a box of Bernie Bott's every flavored beans. So there's some other Christmas swag I got.
That was weak, but I liked it.
Yeah, well, you can't all be.
Well, you know, if it was so weak, then why don't you do it?
Because he's got to do it. That's his shtick.
It wasn't weak. You were fine.
Okay. All right, that's going to be it for this edition. This edition of Sci-Fi Journal.
You know what? Just screw you.
Let's try this again. There we go. Count me down, please.
5, 4.
All right, that's going to be it for this edition of Sci-Fi Journal. We had a lot of fun in TempleCon, didn't we, guys?
Always do.
We did. It was lots of fun.
Yes.
I want to thank all the producers of TempleCon for letting us do this panel and tape the show and do segments. You want to mention some names?
Grant Garvin and Madam Zyman.
Yep,
Yes.
thank you very much. We appreciate it. They're very nice to us every year. You know, let us have press passes and invade their territory, and we have lots of fun. So that's going to be it for this edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next month.